Just like yesterday, the last time we were here, and today is another time again that we are very strong sitting here from the studio of NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. And the best place to be at this time where we'll be gathering all the happenings in the world of sports. With one time will permit us to also talk to you and also get feedback from you, because that is the only place where you get that opportunity to be able to tell us how you feel about some of this sports and development, particularly knowing fully well that our Super Eagles have one leg, let's say, closer to the booking a place in the Qatar 2022 World Cup. We'll be talking about how they get to this very place and what the next hurdle will look like for us. I will not be alone. I will be getting somebody very capable also to join me to talk on some of these things. But I remain Abdullah Hajia, your regular host on this program, welcoming you and asking and urging you to sit back where we'll get other things together for you on this program. But let's go on a short break, and when we return, we'll be telling you more. Thank you for being there. And I say, where else to be at this time, if not this place with NTA Channel 5, where we'll be telling you, I know, some of these things you want to hear. Don't forget that just a couple of days ago, the Super Eagles at least booked their place in the playoffs of the African qualifiers, where now we'll be looking forward to seeing who our next opponent will be in the two-legged encounter, and finally probably booking one of the 5 tickets for Africa to the Qatar 2022 World Cup, and knowing that football, a World Cup is one of the, should I say, the best and the greatest football fest in the world. And I think Nigeria will not want to miss out in that encounter. This is one responsibility I know the players and the coaching team, including NFF, will be looking at in order to ensuring that we book a place there. Well, at this juncture, I would like to introduce quickly a colleague, a friend, and one sports guru as far as sports is concerned, the nation's capital, Abuja, Muhyiddin Chimo. You're welcome once more on Capital Sports.
Yeah, good afternoon. My pleasure to be here on the studio again.
Muhyiddin, so how has it been all this while?
Very well, but the Super Eagles, yeah, trying to dampen our morale. I know we're going to go into those details, but definitely I've not been too well with the way, the manner we've been playing in our last 4 or 5 games. It's not been impressive at all. But then, there's still room for a lot of improvements.
Okay, well, thank you for that opening shot. But don't forget, we'll always give you opportunity because we value you as a viewer. The lines will be opening in a short while for you to also be able to be part of this program. Muhyiddin, I know, will be doing justice to some of these issues we'll be raising. Now, the Qatar 2022 World Cup is just, we're beginning to smell that atmosphere of the fiesta of where you see the best of the legs in terms of football, coaches, referees, everything. Talk about, everything that has to do with the organization and anything, nothing short of the best football. That's when you'll be talking about at the World Cup. Now, Nigeria, I know we've been there a couple of times, talking of USA 94, and we've not done badly in terms of qualifying to, get to that final Mundial. But now we're talking about 2022. We've been struggling to get to this place. What's your summation of what we've done so far from the first group stage where we finished top? Some people may argue, we finished top with 13 points. But the play, tactics, and also the style of play, is that what Nigerians want to say?
Let's be realistic. When the draws were made, I was like, we're very lucky in the group we found ourselves. The likes of Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire, 2 big teams, and it took them the last match for Cameroon to eventually eliminate Cote d'Ivoire, which is a big one. So for Nigeria, we're lucky. We're playing, let's face it, we still have the big boys on the continent of Africa. We are one of the big boys. When we're playing the likes of Cape Verde, Liberia, Central African Republic that interestingly came here Lagos to shop us, and all that. But like I said, it's been like Coach Fani Amu will say, we just wumbled and fumbled with this minnows in quotes. So my fear from the first day has always been that when we play like this, when we're playing these people that we know in terms of tactics they are not up to us, in terms of players they are not our match, then but we seem to struggle. You see the coach today, he comes, he said maybe the pitch is not too good. They took the Liberia game, which is supposed to be their home game, all the way to Morocco. Very lush green surface. We had all we had, and our play there was nothing to play. We started with two at the back. Ganero later changed it to three at the back. Still no change. So there's something fundamentally wrong with the team, and we have to be very patriotic. We're not saying it just for criticism. We're saying it because we want the very best. We have, if you look at the crop of players we have, from goalkeeper to attack to defense to midfield, we have nice players. Not in the likes of the 94, the Amokachi, the Olisi and all that, but they are doing well in their club, and that counts for something. When you play in Holland, you play in France, you play in England, and you command a regular team, then you're doing well.
No.
So, but when you come back home and you can't put up a team, Ajay, you watch the match, we couldn't spring 3-4 passes. It came to a time what we do is from the back we just hoop the ball to Sime. Credit to Sime. In that team, he's the one I saw as the fighter that was trying to get the ball. Indeed, don't forget he's been in injury. He just came in. He too did a whole lot. Unfortunately for him, there's no Etebo to complement him. So it looks alone in that midfield. The likes of Iwobi, Joe Aribo, for me, they've not brought their A game. Like I said, in their club level, Rangers, they do well there in Scotland, but they come back here as far as I'm concerned,
Okay.
they've not been able to match up.
Now, Moyude, let me just cut you a little bit. Now, to sound more realistic, don't you think we've gone past the era where we say this country or this team is a minnow where you think is a walkover for you? I think football is beginning to graduate from that level to a level where the smaller countries or small teams, come, cause problems for you. We've seen it in Europe too. It's not an African thing or a Nigerian problem. If I want to be more realistic,
Yeah.
as we speak, Portugal, Italy, the current European champions, are struggling to also go for the playoff to see. But while other countries have already booked their place, Serbia of I think some people will say I don't even know Serbia or how they play football, but today they have already qualified for the Qatar 2022. No, don't you think, if we want to be more realistic, that it's not a Super Eagles problem, even though we know most times an average Nigerian is a coach and is also very enthusiastic and very interested in football. That's why probably we see that every day we want Super Eagles to win.
This, I have to be blunt with you, is a Super Eagles problem.
Okay.
Because it's not